So a lot of people, they try to figure out what their career should be about, mostly in their head. They think, they might even take a test. They might even watch a YouTube video about it. And they hope then that clarity will appear. Well, I'm here to tell you as a career coach with 10 years into psychology that won't work. You will not be able to make such a big and important decision in your life with so low real life experience to take into account into this decision. But if you watch this video all the way to the end, I assure you that the path going forward is clear and you will find the thing that is suited for you. So especially the ambitious people, they try to force themselves into something, making a choice without. So there are 3 psychological ideas we can take into account to tackle this problem. So the first one is the career construction theory. And this theory basically states that your career is not a hierarchical ladder you climb, but a story you write yourself. And that it's built over time through identity, adaptation, meaning, and there is not really a perfect answer for that. The second idea in psychology is that there is a certain intolerance of uncertainty, which leads to overthinking. We as humans, we like to have control, but this also is a thing that keeps us stuck. Wanting this certainty first leads to avoiding action and just keeps us staying trapped. If you are, for example, in an Italian restaurant and you want to make the perfect choice for a pizza, even though there are 25 pizzas to choose from, you might ask to the chef all the ingredients and the way it's made. But making that perfect choice only comes after you visited the restaurant a few times and you know what you actually like. So overthinking often looks very intelligent and the right way to go about things, but often it's just the fear of making the wrong choice in disguise. And the third principle in psychology is that self-efficacy, so this is the belief you have in your own capabilities, actually grows through evidence. So the confidence in yourself grows from small interactions with reality, not in your head. So given these 3 principles and your desire to want this clarity in your life and being fed up with the pain of not knowing what you want and being stuck, the way going forward is that you get career clarity by testing hypotheses about your real life. And this might be still a little bit vague, so I made a 3-step plan. So please stay tuned for this part because this is very important to make it practical. So build career hypothesis is the first one. This means that the ideas you have about what you might like, you write them down. So for me, for example, I like psychology. This is a really broad field. So within psychology, I choose, hey, I really like advising people. That was one hypothesis. Another one was that I like to make videos. Another one was that I liked marketing and then I use psychology to be a really good and smart marketer. 3 different hypotheses. I think the more that you have, the better. Let's say you can make 5, 6, 7 hypotheses about specific things you might like. I might like X. I like X. I like Y. I like Z. This is the first step. Now you need to build small career experiments to test your hypothesis. So maybe you know someone who does specifically what your hypothesis is that you want to do. You could ask them, hey, I really like what you do. Could I maybe interview for like half an hour to ask what your career is about and what you like about it and what you don't like about it and who might like this work as well and who doesn't. Maybe you can even ask, can I maybe walk a day with you to see what you do? I'll just be there in the background. I won't disturb you. I'll even pay you a bit for if that's needed, because this is such a high return of investment. Another thing you might do is a volunteer project. Maybe there's some sort of mini project you can volunteer on or some sort of online task you can do. And if that is feeling all right, you can even, what I did, for example, I did multiple internships in the things of field I like. For example, I did one in coaching, I did one in advisory and assessment psychology, I did one in marketing, and I found out that I hate marketing and I like advisory and I like coaching. So these are some examples what you can think of. And the third one, this might be even the most important step, is to score the evidence. This basically means just asking yourself a few questions. Did this energize me? Was I curious? Did it feel fitting? Did it feel meaningful? And maybe the most important one, do I want more of it? And with this 3-step process, clarity becomes evidence-based and not fantasy-based. So to end, the main idea is that you do not get career clarity by waiting for the one perfect answer. You get it through building better evidence instead, and you are the one that can take agency on that. So build hypotheses, run small experiments, and score what reality brings you. That is how you will stop drifting. That is also how you will build self-trust. And that is how career direction becomes something real instead of something you keep thinking about. If you want the deeper theory behind this, watch my career construction theory video where we explore this concept even more. Watch it right here to get the value.